On Wednesday, defender Radu Drăgușin played 45 minutes in a behind-closed-doors friendly against Leyton Orient, his first minutes in a Tottenham Hotspur shirt for 10 months following an ACL injury. David Ornstein has stated that Jarrad Branthwaite of Everton is Tottenham's dream signing. Spurs are now interested in Jonathan David and Dusan Vlahović, again, according to various reports around Europe. Spurs to earn £75 million for new sponsorship deal with AIA. Reports in Spain are dismissing Tottenham's links to Rodrygo, stating that there has been no formal talks and Spurs would not pay his wages anyway. Kulusevski has been seen training on the grass in Dubai, and Heung-Min Son has come out and said, talk of a winter move is untrue. I'm staying at LAFC, following reports that Son could return to Spurs on loan in January. And it has been confirmed on Wednesday that Spurs and the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium will host 5 games at Euro 2028. Hi everyone, hope you're well. Chris Cowlin here. This is another edition of Tottenham News, where I'll be going through all of the latest Spurs news, rumours and reports. If you're watching on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. Now let's start by talking about Tottenham Hotspur star Dejan Kulusevski, who is currently out injured. He is continuing his recovery from his long-term injury. He is currently in Dubai and has been joined by teammate Destiny Udogie. Now Kulusevski is working with a Spurs coach in Dubai, going through individual drills on the grass. Now Thomas Frank has come out and said there is a good chance that Kulusevski will be back in a Spurs shirt before 2026. Now, Destiny Udogie was not named in the latest Italy squad, so he is out in Dubai with Dejan Kulusevski. Now, Sky Sports in Germany have played down Tottenham's links to Real Madrid star Rodrygo. No formal approach has been made, and Spurs would be reluctant to pay his high wages. The Football Insider have just reported that because of injuries to Dominic Solanke and Randall Kolo-Muani, Spurs are again interested in 2 strikers, Dusan Vlahović and Jonathan David, 2 players that have been on Tottenham's radar in recent transfer windows in the last couple of years. Italian journalist and transfer expert Fabrizio Romano has been talking about Dusan Vlahović. He has stated that Bayern Munich have made inquiries about the forward in the last week or so. David Ornstein from The Athletic has been talking about Jarrad Branthwaite of Everton. He has stated he is Tottenham's dream signing. Tottenham have been looking for a while to upgrade in that defensive department. Ornstein then goes on to say that Tottenham have looked at him previously. He is somebody who has been linked with a move away from Everton, even though he has signed a brand new contract. He is one to watch for the future for many top clubs. Now, the Football Insider have just reported that Tottenham could earn up to £75 million for the new sponsorship agreement with the AIA Group. The Hong Kong-based insurance group will be Tottenham's new training kit sponsor from the 2026-2027 season. Spurs will receive around £10 to £15 million a year from this deal. And on Sunday, the Spurs women will be in action at home against Arsenal in the WSL, 2:30pm kickoff at Brisbane Road. Now, the Spurs women have announced that Tottenham Hotspur star Oroz has successfully undergone surgery on an ACL in her right knee. The 27-year-old midfielder suffered the injury during the second half of our Subway League Cup tie against Birmingham on the 18th of October. She will now begin her recovery before beginning the rehabilitation process with the medical team. Now, Tottenham Hotspur legend and, of course, Europa League winning captain Heung-Min Son, he has been talking about a possible move back to Tottenham on loan in the January transfer window. He has come out and said, "I've never spoken to any club about a winter move. Such talk is simply untrue. For me, showing respect to my club and giving everything where I play, that is what matters most. That will not change." Sonny then went on to say, "I won't leave LAFC this winter or ever while I'm here. I respect this club deeply. As long as I'm wearing this badge, there will be no such thing as a loan or a move. Never." He then went on to say, "I know fans get confused when rumours fly, but those stories aren't true, and honestly, it might be disrespectful to my team to even talk that way. I love this club and I have huge respect for everyone here." Now on Wednesday, Tottenham Hotspur defender Radu Drăgușin said it felt really good to be back as he stepped up his recovery with 45 minutes in our under-21s behind closed doors friendly against Leyton Orient. This was his first taste of football for 10 months in a Tottenham Hotspur shirt since his ACL injury. After the game, Drăgușin said, "Honestly, it felt really good getting back out there with the boys, with the under-21s. They have been great. They have been helping me, so I'm really grateful for this moment." He then went on to say, "It's different. You can train as much as you want, but once you're out there on a big pitch, 11v11, it is different. You can't really replicate it in training. It is all the details like sprints back, the adversity, the exposure that you get as a defender. It was a good day. It felt good. First minutes in 10 months out, finally minutes in the legs, and I just have to build on this." He then added, "I learned to be patient and I never take anything for granted because one day you're at the top of the mountain. Next second, you are with this kind of injury. This is life. It's only to make me stronger, make me more resilient. I've never given up and things are really close to being back as normal." On Wednesday, it was announced that the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium will host 5 games at UEFA Euro 2028 UK and Ireland. Our home was named in October 2023 as one of the 9 host venues for the tournament, which begins at the National Stadium of Wales, Cardiff, on Friday the 9th of June 2028 and reaches its conclusion with the final at Wembley Stadium on Sunday the 9th of July 2028. The Tottenham Hotspur Stadium will host 5 matches in total across the tournament, 4 at the group stage and 1 at the round of 16 knockout stage. Confirmed dates of the matches to be played in 17 are as follows: Monday the 12th of June, match 8, which is the group stage. Thursday the 15th of June, match 17, group stage. Sunday the 18th of June, match 26, group stage. Wednesday the 21st of June, match 34, group stage. And Monday the 26th of June, match 42, round of 16. Qualification will take place between March 27 and March 28, following which the draw for the tournament itself will be made. Kick-off times and teams involved will be confirmed after the final draw. Now, Vinay Venkatesham, CEO of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, said UEFA Euro 2028 will be an unforgettable summer of football and a landmark moment for the area of Tottenham, bringing people together from across Europe to our local neighbourhood, inspiring future generations and creating long-lasting economic benefits. Tonight's launch is being celebrated across the country and we want our fans to join us in feeling immense pride at bringing the continent's best festival of football to N17. With less than 1,000 days to go, we will be working closely with our local partners to ensure everything is in place to deliver a memorable and enjoyable experience for every visitor to Tottenham during the tournament. Now, my thoughts on everything in this episode. Now, let's start by talking about the fantastic news. Radu Drăgușin back in a Spurs shirt after 10 months following his ACL injury. That must have been an extremely tough 10 months. And as he said in his short interview there after the game, you know, he has been patient. He has worked extremely hard in the gym during this period of time to get back as soon as possible. And, you know, to play 45 minutes in a behind closed doors friendly against Leyton Orient, he must be absolutely thrilled and he will get stronger and stronger. And as he said, you know, you can train all you like, but it's very different in an actual game. The sprints back, etc. is very, very different. So, you know, best of luck to him. And a great moment as well that midfielder James Maddison, who of course is out injured and is believed to be out injured for the rest of the season. You know, he could come back. He could, you know, somehow play a couple of games at the end of this season, but we've got to see how it goes. You know, Thomas Frank doesn't seem to be that confident that he will return this season, but at the earliest, it would be in May. So let's wait and see. But he, on his day off, actually went into Hotspur Way supporting Radu Drăgușin, which I thought was absolutely wonderful, to be there for your teammates. And talking about being there for your teammates, Kulusevski training on the grass in Dubai. What wonderful scenes as well. So this is really good news. A couple of players, coming back for Thomas Frank, particularly, players in the final third. Kulusevski, we have really missed him. We're missing him at the moment. I can't wait to see him back. Of course, he's training on the grass, but there is a long way to go yet before we actually see him in a Spurs shirt, playing in the Premier League. But this is great, and Destiny Udogie is out there supporting him as well, having not travelled on international duty with Italy. So some really, really good news. Spurs to earn £75 million for new sponsorship deal. Of course, Spurs are going to have a new front sponsor for the 26-27 campaign, so that is going to be interesting. Let's hope that the new sponsor for the front of the shirts is not a red logo. So yeah, good money coming into the football club, as I've said on so many different episodes and over the years. All well and good, all of these sponsorship deals. We just want to see, huge investment into the team to make our team a lot better than what it is, and fighting for honours year in, year out. Now, talking about money, hosting, etc., Spurs are going to do pretty well out of the deal that we're going to be hosting 5 games now in Euro 2028. I tell you what, this is exactly why this stadium was built, to host huge games, huge competitions. I would love to see the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium host a Champions League final someday, in the near future as well. But this is what it's about. Our stadium is world class, and of course, all of the very best games should be played at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And of course, as we all know, as Spurs fans, it's not just about the football; it's about all the other sports. Of course, we'll be hosting the boxing. On Saturday. This Saturday, Ben against Eubank. The stadium is world class, and that tournament, Euro 2028, will be absolutely incredible. And like Vino Venkatesham said there, to get fans travelling from all over the world to visit our wonderful home, it just puts the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium more on the map, because everyone is still wowed. I love to see people's reactions when they walk into the stadium, and just to see people look around for the very first time. They think the place is incredible. It's so funny to watch their reactions, and I love watching it even now. We've been in there, 6.5 years, and I still love watching that reaction when people go in there for the very first time. Spurs are interested, apparently, again in Dusan Vlahović and Jonathan David. I tell you what, the amount of times I've heard Thomas Frank talk about physicality, and I have mentioned this before, and I will repeat it, because Vlahović, I tell you what, you want physicality, he has it in abundance, and he can finish with his left foot, right foot, great heading ability, great hold up play as well. And if you want a player to come into the Premier League and show that physical aspect, he is certainly a man. But Spurs really do need signings in the January transfer window, and of course in the summer transfer window, if we want to really fight for top honours. Like everybody at the football club, everyone's talking about ambition. I hear that word a lot at the moment, ambition. The transfer windows coming up are going to be absolutely huge, and I think it doesn't matter what expectation you have as a Spurs fan right now, whether you think it is acceptable that Spurs finish mid-table, in the top 10, in the top 8, in the top 6, whatever your expectation is. I think the expectation from most Spurs fans is that we are going to go bigger than we've ever been before in transfer windows now that Daniel Levy has left the football club, because the club have come out and said, look, we've just injected £100 million in. We want to be fighting on all fronts, and we want to be winning more trophies. And they've pretty much come out and said that on a number of occasions. The club is not for sale. We want to show ambition. We want to be successful, blah, blah, blah. Let's wait and see in these transfer windows how ambitious we actually are. And it's interesting because I've seen a number of negative comments about this one. Rodrygo, particularly reports in Spain are stating that no formal talks have taken place ahead of the January window for Real Madrid star Rodrygo, and Spurs would not pay the wages. This is another thing that is going to be interesting. Will Tottenham's stance on the wage cap, will that change? Will that change in the future? And will we bring in a lot better players who are demanding top dollar? That is another interesting thing to look out for. Will that change? And funny enough, Vinay Venkateshan was actually asked that question by one of the guests, by a Tottenham fan. Will the wage cap change? And Vinay didn't actually answer that question. He moved on to the second part of the question that the guy asked. So let's wait and see. Sonny, there has been lots of rumours stating that Son could possibly return to Spurs or a team in Europe during the January transfer window, during the winter time. And I love Son. He says it exactly how it is, and he comes out and he's always thinking of the fans as well, saying, mentioning the fans, saying that he doesn't want them getting confused or wants them to know exactly what's happening. But he's come out and said, no, I'm not going anywhere in the January window. Would I like Sonny back? Absolutely. Do I think he's better than some of the players that we've got in the position that he can play? Yes, I do. Could he have done a job this season? I think so. I know there has been a lot of people saying that he lost a yard of pace, blah, blah, blah. But I tell you what, I love Son, and I think that he could have still done a job in this Tottenham Hotspur team. And are we a weaker team without him? Absolutely. There's absolutely no question or doubt about it. He's a fantastic player, but he won't be returning. He came out and said a week or two ago that he wants to come back to Tottenham at some point to actually say a proper goodbye, because, of course, his last game was in South Korea and not in London, certainly not at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So he wants to say a proper goodbye, but he certainly won't be putting on that Spurs shirt again and kicking a ball in the Premier League. David Ornstein on Jarrad Branthwaite stating that he would be Tottenham's dream signing. This is exactly what I mean about building a team, building a squad, building a real quality squad that can compete on all fronts. These are the types of players that you want to be bringing in. And when he talks about top Premier League teams, my hope is certainly that Tottenham are one of those top Premier League teams, and we're not going to be left behind by some of the other teams, spending a lot more money and showing more ambition. So there's a lot coming up, and I can't wait to see how different the transfer windows are, because this is an unknown. I know you're going to get some people going, oh, nothing's going to change, it's not going to be any different. But then again, I talk to a lot of people who say, I feel like a lot is going to change, and I feel like we're going to be really ambitious in the window. I can't call it. No one can second guess it. No one can guess it at all, what's going to happen, how the board feel now. Are things going to be different after winning the Europa League? Because certainly as Spurs fans, we all hope and we have that dream of we want to really kick on and really compete for top honours, Premier League. I want to see in my lifetime, I want to see a real challenge of the Premier League title for Tottenham, and I cannot wait to see that. And when you have that success of winning the Europa League, it just makes me now want more and more trophies. And I know trophies are very, very hard to win, but I think if you do things in the right way, you plan in the right way, the recruitment is really good. You have that backing there from a board, and you have a good manager, and you have a good squad, and you have good young players coming through year after year as well, and having really good recruitment, getting all these top players in, these young players in as well. When it all comes together, you can win trophy after trophy, and let's hope that is the case. But if the transfer windows are disappointing, like some have been in recent years, then of course we may end up going around in circles. I certainly hope that is not the case. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you listen to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. Stay safe and well. I'll see you on the next one. Keep smiling. Come on, you Spurs.